Have you ever experienced a moment where compassion truly conquered a challenge, or that forgiveness shone much brighter than any judgment? Well, that's the heart of mercy, and it's the inspiration behind my brand new Faith Windows kit, Mercy Triumphs. Now, Mercy Triumphs fits into the whole repertoire of Faith Windows kits because I've done hope, I've done love, I've done grace. And this whole collection of Faith Windows kits I create them to help you infuse faith into your creativity / junk journals, right? And then we are creating things with profound spiritual meaning. And it's okay to create beautiful, fun junk journals. Let's just spend that time with God while we're creating it. Well, I think you're going to really enjoy this particular Faith Windows because all the papers that I've created and the ephemera, they all kind of whisper the story of divine compassion and powerful forgiveness. So I'm going to show what this kit is going to look like and how it complements, if you've got any other Faith Windows kits, that you're going to be building layers of spiritual truth into your junk journal projects. So let's get ready to look at how mercy truly triumphs, not just on your pages, but hopefully in your heart. The first page in all my kits, I just kind of give you an overview, what the kit is talking about, and why should you do this. I just want to read this today because half the time I don't know if people really do read them. I do spend a lot of time writing this. I think you should do Faith Windows junk journal kits because they give you a deeper understanding of God's character, and specifically his compassion, his love, and his willingness to pardon. Now that is about the mercy kit. But you're also going to experience personal transformation when you reflect on how mercy has been shown in your own life and how you can extend it to others. And this most important part is that you would be creating a tangible expression of your faith journey through these creative journal prompts and then the devotional. And then that allows you to have a very unique and personal connection with Scripture. So I've got the 7 verses. In all of my Faith Windows kits, there's 2 pages that I devote to the devotional Bible study. I always ask you a reflection question. I give you an application suggestion. And then this one, I've given you some maybe some creativity suggestions. Maybe they'll work for you, maybe they won't, but they're in there. And I also remind you that you should go ahead and print this on just regular copy paper. And depending upon the size of your journal, you could just fold it up and stick it into your Faith Windows. Or sometimes I print it 50% and I still stick it in. And that's the most important thing, is include your Bible study in your junk journal kit. Now, why is this? Oh, let me show you the papers first. I was like, this looks weird because I was printing them and stacking them up over here. I hope you like this. I'm going into a new style. And I just did some of this in my Gracious Green kit that I launched. Yes, this is green, but it's a different shade of green. And I wanted to just add these like really Renaissance Baroque fun things. And I love these pieces that I've added. And so you get a whole different perspective when you have these kind of collage pages. So here's some of them. I think you're going to enjoy them. Aren't they just beautiful? And the fun part is, so many digital paper kits just come like a whole page of that, and that's okay. But then you have to kind of figure out how to use that. I give you all these parts, and sometimes you can print a couple pages of one if you like and cut that part out, cut this part out. So it gives you a lot of flexibility, and it makes your journal a creative expression of where you're at. And then I also give you some background pages, right? And there's some more fun pages. These are out of order, but sorry, I was trying to put all this together for the video. And there's another one. And then I always do this in my kits. I take those exact same pages and I make them horizontally because it depends on what kind of a journal you're going to make. If you're going to make a journal that's a tall, skinny, you're gonna fold your page this way, right? But you really can't, if you fold it like, if you turn it and fold it, now you've got everything backwards and upside down. So that's why I make the same page, but I turn it horizontally. And that comes in my kits. So I'm trying to let you be as creative as you would like to be, right? And making tall, skinny, or making horizontal types of kits. I just put all that right into the kit. I love these background pages. They're so fun. And then there's another one. Okay, so that's your, what I call your basic pages of the kit, right? It gives you all those fun designs and you know, use it in any way you want. And then the ephemera kit. Okay, that's this all same, excuse me, I said that, it sounded weird to you probably. All the ephemera is in the kit, so it's just one kit. And if you can see, I have an outline for a nice big envelope. And so then when you fold the envelope, that's going to be on the top of the envelope, Mercy Triumphs. Because I thought that would be fun. Sometimes you could actually stick the devotional notes in there, okay? And then here's some pockets, some mini belly bands, some tags, some fun pieces of ephemera. Here's 7 tags. And I always make sure that the Bible verses fit on these pages. I also took the Bible verses this time and I decided to put them on some really fun grunge HEC cards, and then I left a blank one, right? So you could cut those out and use those and just stick them in. I always give you 8 Bible verse note cards. It says the date and the Bible verse so that you can put your notes on there if you want. Here are the 2 pages for the Bible verses, and I use an NIV version, and then I've had a lot of requests for the King James version. And so you don't have to print both of them, just print the one that you want to use. That's totally up to you. And then I decided to add some more numbers again. And I had fun using different, like putting Mercy in Scrabble tiles and then some fun numbers, because we just did that in the latest kit. And I really liked having those fun grungy numbers. And then in this kit, I decided to go find some hymns that talked about mercy. And so what I've done on this is, here's the hymn. It's called O God of Mercy, God of Might. It's by Godfrey Thring. And this is from 1823. And I took the words to the hymn and just put them there. So you could cut this out as one whole piece. You could cut this out in strips, or I put them in a darkened background so that you could just like strip them on there. The other song that I loved is I Will Sing of the Mercies of the Lord, and that is by J.H. Fillmore, and that's from the 1800s. Yeah, and so there it goes. So that's that. And then I also always give you word fetty, which are some words from the Bible verses. I got you lots of tickets. And then I made a lot of little round pieces of ephemera. I don't know what else to call it, because sometimes I like to add, you need a round piece when you got so many squares. And then here's Mercy Triumphs, which is my font for this kit. And if you want to print it on cardstock, then you can cut it out. Or if you print the Bible verses on, this is on clear sticker paper, it's on here, so you could use it that way. So it's up to you if you like to use the title. I know that I really do. And then this is from a piece that I found when I was going through all my stuff. I will probably put this in the kit, even though it's blue. This is from Dollar Tree. So that's the kit. Next up, I'm going to show you what kind of a junk journal I'm going to be making. I want to make a kind of a folio style journal for this. Now, if you watched my video from the other day, I made this gorgeous junk journal from the new Gracious Green kit. And in the video, I show you how I use this exact same thing. I used a manila folder, right? And so you can kind of oh, well, I have it upside down. Anyway, you can kind of tell that I cut these flaps, right, into a point, okay? So this is 6 across and 9 high. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but instead of making them points, you know what I love? And let me see if I can do it. I love the file folder part. So what I'm thinking is I want to save this. So if I cut this along here and we do a fold line, this can fold over there. And then on this side, how about if I do the same thing? I want this to come over, but I kind of want to keep this. So I'm going to have to do some cutting and joining, but that's okay. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I've got the 6x9 marked, and I think what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and let me mark this one the exact same way, the 9, and then I'll speed up. You don't have to sit there and watch me cut slowly, but that just, yeah, I'm thinking that's what I want to do today. And I'll probably do another waterfall inside, but that's okay because I need 7 spaces to put the Bible verse stuff, right? Okay, let's get this cut up. So I took this to my cutter and put it in there and cut it 9. So we've got the 9. So now let's try this. I'm going to score that and then fold that over. That's my plan. Now this is a, oh, I hate when I do that. Oh, why is it doing that? That's kind of weird. There we go. This is a very, very heavyweight file folder that I got off of Amazon. Oh yeah, look, see, that's what we're gonna have. So I'm gonna fold it both ways so that we get a really nice crease in it. Okay, so this is gonna fold over like that. Then this is going to come over, but I wanna keep this. So here's what I'm thinking is I'll cut this and then I will masking tape it back together. That would be fun. Okay, so let me figure out how far over. I want it to come over to about right here. So, yeah, that'll be enough. So let me cut that. Is it gonna fit in here? Oh, no, I always try it and then it doesn't work. Okay, let's trim this now. Let's trim that where I said it was. Okay, put this back. And now my thought, see, that's going to close there, that's going to close there, but I want this to be, do I have it too far? Okay, hold on, let's see. See, that wouldn't be enough. I think I might have gone over too far. Yeah, because I don't want it, okay, I think that's too much. So it has to come, let me just put a mark. There's the finished edge, and we have to overlap it, so you don't want to go any shorter than that, Diane. Let's try it and trim it back a little bit more. And I think that will work. So I've just said where not to go to, so we're just going to take it a little bit more, and I think that might work. So don't be afraid to design your own, okay? This is what I do all the time. I watch people's videos. If they make one that I like, I make a note of it, and then I try and make it. But for right now, I'm kind of designing this on my own. So we really want this end to be on there. So I've got way too much. I don't need it this thick. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna trim it again, and I'm gonna trim some of it off like that, and then we're just going to attach it. Does that make sense? This is how I want it to look. That's how I want it to look on the top. Yes, I like that. Okay, so let's trim this again. See, the designing part, you just have to do a lot of playing around. That's all. Okay, let's do that much. Keep that piece, and here we're going to add this right onto here. There we go. See, I like that. Now the reality is I don't need to hinge it at all. All I need to do is just glue it on there, and then when I put my papers on top, you won't even notice it, right? Yeah, that's all we gotta do. Okay, I don't need any more hinges, so I can get rid of my scoreboard. Okay, well, let's start covering it. All I did was glue that piece and just glued it on the top, and then I trimmed the edge because it had that little curve, which I want. So on this one, what paper do I want to be my cover, and then what's underneath? That's where I think I want to start. Now you wouldn't even see this whole part, but we could put that underneath. Now that's kind of fun. Look at that. Okay, let's do it this way for a second, because that way I'm going to see what we're going to have on there. So you're going to see some of that gold. Okay, that's a contender. Oh, wait, this is even better. This is even better. Oh, look. Let's see. Are we going to, oh, he's going to, oh, he'd just be cut off a little bit. Oh, wow. That would be so cool. Look at that. It's going to come right up along there. So you're just going to see the leaves. Oh, yes. That's it. And then I've got this whole other piece. That's what we're going to do. I didn't even have to look any further, right? Because it was just the right one. When the right one happens, you just go with it. So I hope that you're going to enjoy this study. I'm looking forward to doing this. I think I've mentioned in a lot of my videos is people ask me for some topics, and then, you know, it feels good and I do it. But then there's some topics that Diane just needs to spend some time with God, and so that he can transform me. And I will tell you that mercy is one of those, okay? I know how much God has forgiven me and how merciful he has been to me personally. And I will have to be honest that when I get frustrated with family members, it's not really other people. Anyway, when I get frustrated, sometimes that's not the first thing that I think about, is not giving them mercy. That does not come into my head. And so, as I said, that's an area where I want God to transform me. So that's why I'm going to do this study. And I hope that you will join in and that you will get a lot out of it. I know the Grace Revealed that we just did, that was very powerful for me also. Just very, very powerful. And so, as I said, I think there's somebody made a comment that if teachers teach what they need to learn. And I will tell you that's exactly, that's me. I'm not afraid to say it, because I am not perfect. I am not perfect for God. I wish I was. But I'm open to him transforming me. And how does he transform me? Oh, through all this creativity things that I do. Oh, that is so, oh gosh, I love that. Yes, 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 I'm excited. Oh, wait, what if we put this like right there? Oh my gosh, look at that. That looks really good. Then we've got, no, that wouldn't go. Okay, so that might go. Let's see what else we got over here. See, this is where I just have to sit here and put it down, and it's okay. I don't think it's that powerful. Ooh, no, I don't want the letters across there the same. And then this is a page that I create that's 2 strips, if you actually can see. Now, does it? No, that does not work. Does this side work? Let's see if this side works. Oh, it's okay. See, maybe we go with just one of my background pages that I put on there. No, I don't like that. Well, you could just see me audition a lot today, right? Oh, no, wait, maybe this is better. Or that's not enough. Again, is this one better? The green? Okay, this is probably what I'm looking at right now. Let's just fold that in half for a second, right? And let's see, this is how I can tell if I really like it. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, now wait a minute, Diane. Look at that page. Oh, wow. Oh, I love that. I love all the pattern mixing up. That's the part that I'm liking. You know what? I think I'm going to do that one. Because if I go over to this side, it's too much like that. So this gives us a really nice break. Yes, let's do that one. Okay, get the glue on. And I'm using my Pritt glue stick. The reason I like Pritt, I also use Uhu. I buy both of them. It just depends on what I order that day. But I like them both, and here's the reason why. They have very little to very small amount of water. Why is that important, Diane? That's important because there's more glue than there is moisture. So as the paper dries, it doesn't, it has a stronger hold. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'll get it out yet, right? That's what I meant to say. Has a stronger hold. Now, if you can't get them, you can't afford them, obviously, it's okay. Go ahead and use, Elmer's school glue. Just be aware that you have to use a lot, okay? I watch Raven Vintage. She's been doing this wonderful 100 days of envelopes, and she's in Canada. And I think I've heard her say that it's harder for her to get glitter glue and Pritt and all that. So I watch her use Elmer's glue stick. But the trick is she puts like half the glue stick on the page. So she knows that she needs to put a lot more glue than I use because of the fact that we just talked about, okay? Now, do I want to just cut that? Yeah, I guess I'll just cut it. That'll be easy. And then we will have our cover done. Oh, yes. So if you're new to my channel, how I do Faith Windows is the first video is always the introduction, which you just watched. And then the first video is let's make the journal. Oh, I love that. I just love that. Yes, isn't that fun? Okay, so then you're going to open it up. Now, see, now we could use... Oh, no, wait, the wide one goes perfectly right on there. Yeah, let's do that. I'll have to cut into it. So anyway, the first video, as I said, is this one. And that's always, here's what the kit's about. Here's a look at all the pages in the kit. And then I make the journal with you. Now, I will say to you that you don't have to make this journal. You can make... maybe you love making signature journals. Go for it. Make them. If you start watching me, you'll find out signatures are not my favorite thing, okay? If I can avoid it. So I like flip-flops and all that kind of stuff because it's a lot easier. But you can make any kind of journal that you desire. My goal is to just come up with new creative ones for you, and hopefully you're going to try some new things. That's the way. Okay. See how I flip back and forth between my two pairs of scissors. When you're cutting something, oh, Diane, that's like impossible. I'll come at it from this direction. When I'm trying to cut little rounded things and stuff like that, I'm going to use my little scissors. I may have to actually use some sandpaper, which I think I'm going to do. Tony does that. Crafty by Tony. She grunges everything with sandpaper. I don't really do that too much, but I like the effect that she gets. Oh, see how beautiful that is. Look at that. Yes, that's gorgeous. Oh, how pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, did I go over the fold? Right. Looks like I did. I probably went over the fold too much, Diane. It'll be okay. Okay, that's that. Now, what do we want? Now, the trick is this middle piece. You're not even going to see it, because if you look at this one, which I'm kind of patterning this one off of, I ended up putting a bunch of stuff on it, so I loved that piece of paper, but now that I look at it, you don't really even see it. So in that case, that's why I always have these, what I call background pages, right? So something like this, to me, would just totally work on there because it's going to get covered up anyway. So that one or this one, but I don't want to divide it like that right in the middle, so I'm not going to use that one. So this one might work. What other page do we want? I don't want to use those gorgeous designs. I think I'll save these. So let's go back over here. That's going to be right in the middle too, which is not what I want to do. Not for the middle one. This might work here. Look, that might look fun. So let's think of that. So what are we going to put in the middle? Let's keep looking. Okay, now I'm in the horizontals. But now look, oh, actually, look how cool this is. Wait a second, Diane. Okay, you know what? I kind of like that. It gives you just little pieces of that stuff. And then this on here, now that's a great composition. Yes. You know what I might do? Okay, when I trim this off, I think I'm going to cut all the way over here and lay that on top of this right here. Wouldn't that's a really cool way to use the different papers. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Of course, there's a little bit of glue stuck on there, so I'm going to use this whole one there. You may have to play with that, but that's okay. Okay, so let's go and add. Oh, good. When I made my Gracious Green kit the other day, I didn't realize that I had loosened my tripod to move it, and I didn't tighten it up enough. And so everything I was doing, I hated when I was watching the video. I was like, oh, I can't throw this video away. So I kept apologizing to people, you know, like, I'm really sorry that you have camera shake, but it looks today like I'm doing much better. I don't have a lot of camera shake on here, which is good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this by hand because I don't want to lose it, right? So let's go there and cut that. Oops, I am so sorry. I was off camera and I didn't look up. Let's go cut that. Okay, so we're going to set that back there a little bit. And then we'll go like this and trim that. I'll try and trim it with my big, longer scissors. Oh, God, I cannot cut that direction. Why am I trying? All I do is mess up. Okay, Diane. I'm right-handed, and I was trying to cut like I was left-handed, which doesn't really work. Let's see. Oh, goodness sake. It has glue on it, so it's sticking to my scissors and won't cut. But these are titanium and nothing sticks to them. That's exactly why I bought them. Oh, what is on there? There it is. No wonder it won't cut right. Look. It just totally stuck onto the scissors. It's the only part about cutting and the glue is still wet, right? Yeah. Okay, so we got that. And now I want that to stay there. So now I've got to trim this down here. Okay, let me trim it from here. There we go. Okay. Oh, yes. That was a really good idea, Diane. I'm going to really like that. Okay, now we are going to put this piece on there. And so I am actually going to trim it first. That way I can put it on there right at that line. That will work much better. There we go. Oh, look how great that looks. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, how fun, fun, fun. Okay. I knew. Now, I want to give credit. You know me. I give credit for all these people that inspire me. This is Donna at Twisted Paper Studios. Her digital kits are phenomenal. And she does a lot of this type of collage with patterns and flowers and stuff. And I'm just in love with that style. And so when I was creating this kit for Faith Windows, I just was like, okay, let me figure out what colors am I going to do. But I also really want to do her style. And so that's what you're seeing. And her style is evident in my Gracious Green kit also. So thank you, Donna. And if you haven't heard me mention, I'm really excited because Donna from Twisted Paper Studios and Leslie from 507 Willow House Journals have joined up together, and they are going to be putting on like little mini retreats for junk journaling. And I am so lucky because they decided to come to Florida, because I don't really fly anywhere anymore. Anyway, they're coming to Florida to in almost the end of August, and I signed up. So I get to go and play with them and a few other ladies. So you will probably see a lot of their, well, you already see a lot of their influence in my work. I can just tell you that right now, because from the papers that I create to the journals that I'm now making, they taught me how to do the Hidden Spine junk journal, and so I've done a couple of those now, and oh, I love that. So they got me into, I could actually make, you know, have spines, because have signatures. That's really not my thing. Look how gorgeous this is. I am so excited to do this kit this way. You know what? I don't really want to bend it right now. Let's just cover the back, and then I'll wait till all this glue dries, because it's going to mess this up, and I don't want to mess that part up. Okay, so the very back, we can put whatever we want on there. Maybe, no, it's a wide strip, so that's not going to work. What papers do, maybe. Look at that. If we put that on there, oh my gosh, I love it. Yes, that's what we're putting on there. I am very happy today. Actually, I had a really nice weekend. This is Monday of, in the United States, this is Memorial Day weekend. So Monday's a holiday, and I'm recording this on Monday. But as I said, I live in Florida, and our pool is open year-round. I live in a small 223 home community, and so we have our own pool. And I've lived here for going on 12 years now, and most of the people that live here, it's probably 50% retired and then 50% younger people. And most of the older people don't go to the pool. Okay, why am I having a problem with this? Oh, there it is. I was like, where am I supposed to cut? They don't go to the pool. So I always say I have this private pool, and people look at me like, what are you talking about? Your yard's that big? No, I have a little tiny yard, which is perfect. I don't want a big yard when I moved here. Anyway, so our pool is wonderful. We never have, if there's 10 people in there, oh my gosh, that would be like, what's going on? Way too crowded. So my girlfriend and I have, for years, we go first thing in the morning. We go like at 8:30, and then we have the pool entirely to ourselves. About 10:30, that's when some of the families will start to come. But primarily, as I said, it's really, I get to have like almost my own private pool. So we went to the pool Friday morning, Saturday morning, Sunday morning. We didn't go today because it's Memorial Day, and she's going to be with her kids, her family. So I decided, well, that's perfect. I'll just sit here and craft today because we're going to go to the pool tomorrow morning. So I said, we go early morning. Okay, I'm in love with this. I'm so in love with this. So I hope you like this. I'm going to end the video now because you've seen the kind of journal that I'm going to use. The next video will be showing you where I go from here, and we'll start putting in the pages and things so that I have spots to put all my journaling and to put my Bible study. So please like this video. Please share my videos. Definitely be subscribed. We've got so many fun things coming out. This is launching for the June Faith Windows Kit, Mercy Triumphs. And keep your calendar open because Debbie from Pouring My Art Out for the Lord and I are working on, she is writing a Bible study called Exploring Joy, and we are going to do a faith journal July challenge starting July 1st. So there'll be 23 days, 23 verses, all about joy in the New Testament. So mark your calendars. Even if you're going on vacation, the videos will be up. If you are a YouTube creator and want to be part of this, please make a comment here in this video or send me a private message. We ask that you have a YouTube channel so that you can post your video for that day, but contact me or contact Debbie. So that's coming up for July. I'll end this video with 2 Corinthians 13:14. The grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all.